Good morning, students. Good morning to all. On last day, we have studied about the elasticity of demand and some of the types of elasticity of demand, right? So today also just we will remind about the types of elasticity of demand. After that, we will go to the next. We have studied the law of demand, right? So on the basis of the law of demand, so when the price is increased, the price for the commodity is increased, so the demand for the commodity will be decreased, right? But the law of demand explains the direction of change in demand due to the change in the price. But it has failed to explain the rate of change in demand due to the given change in price. So when the price is increased, in which ratio the demand for that commodity will be changes not explained by the law of demand. Okay, but the elasticity of demand is explained in which ratio the demand for that commodity is increasing or decreasing on the basis of the changes in price. So elasticity of demand is a technical term used by the economist to describe the degree of responsiveness of the quantity demand for a commodity to change in its price. When the price of the commodity is changed, in which degree the quantity of demand is changed is explained by the elasticity of demand. So elasticity means just we can keep in our mind just the flexibility. So in this elasticity of demand also classified as four types: price elasticity of demand, income elasticity of demand, and cross elasticity of demand, and advertising elasticity of demand. So on the basis of price, if the demand is increased or decreased, that is called price elasticity of demand. So due to the change in price, how the demand of the commodity is increased is considered as a price elasticity of demand. So like that, on the basis of change in income, how the demand of commodity is changes considered as a income elasticity of demand. First one is a price elasticity of demand. So the price elasticity of demand is commonly known as elasticity of demand because price is the most influential factor affecting the demand. Normally, even though if there is more determinants are there to determining the demand of the commodity, so price is the most influential factor. Okay, so the price elasticity of demand is also simply called as a elasticity of demand. So the elasticity of demand measures the responsiveness of the quantity demanded to changes in the price. How the demand of one commodity is increased on the basis of change in the price is called as a price elasticity of demand. Only by the way of increasing the price for that commodity, if the demand of commodity is increased or changed, that is called price elasticity of demand. The elasticity of demand will be occurs only by the reason of change in price. So elasticity of price is equal to proportionate change in quantity demanded divided by proportionate change in price, in which proportion the price for that commodity is increased on the basis of increasing the price level, so the quantity demand will be increased. Okay, so we will find out the price elasticity of the demand when dividing the proportional change in quantity demanded and proportional change in price. We will get the price elasticity of demand. Next, income elasticity of demand. The income is also the one of the factor to influence the demand for a product. Hence, the degree of responsiveness of a change in demand for a product due to the change in income is known as income elasticity of demand. So whenever the income of the consumer is going to increase, so the demand for that commodities also will be increase or change. Okay, when how much of income, how income is increased, on the basis of increasing the income, the elasticity of demand will be occurs. That is called income elasticity of demand. Here we will derive the elasticity of price elasticity of demand or elasticity of demand by proportionate change in quantity demand for a product divided by proportionate change in income. So in which proportions, in which ratio the income is increased, on the basis of increased the income, so the demand for that commodities also the same ratio, the demand for that commodities will be changed. Next, cross elasticity of demand. Cross elasticity of demand refers to the percentage change in quantity demanded for a commodity as a result of small change in the price of another commodity. Another commodity means, for example, we have studied the substitutional good. Example for the tea and coffee. Suppose if the price for the tea is increased, so normally, so the demand for the coffee will be increased because the most of the people will not be consuming the tea because of high price. Okay, but in which ratio the another substitute commodity, the price for that another commodity is increased, on the basis of increased ratio of price of another commodity, the demand will be increase or change. That is called cross elasticity of demand. Here we will derive the elasticity of demand by proportion change in demand of commodity X divided by proportions change in price of commodity Y. So on the basis of increasing the or changes in the price of X good, so the Y goods also will be increased. Next, advertising elasticity of demand. The responsiveness of the changes in demand due to the change in advertising of other promotional expenses is known as advertising elasticity of demand. So on the basis of increasing or the quality of the advertisement, the demand for that commodities also will be increased. Okay, so the price elasticity of demand will be derived by dividing the proportionate change in demand by proportionate change in advertising expenditures. So how much amount is going to expended to creating the advertisement, on the basis of spending amount of the advertisement, some type of the demand for that commodity will be increased. That is called advertising elasticity of demand. And last class also we have studied the degrees of price elasticity of demand. The price elasticity of demand is commonly known as the elasticity of demand, which refers to the degree of responsiveness of demand to the change in the price of that commodities. Okay, when the price of commodities increase, in which ratio the demand will be increased is explained by the degrees of price elasticity of demand. Here the 5 types of the degrees are there: the perfectly elastic demand, the perfectly inelastic demand, and relatively elastic demand, and relatively inelastic demand, and unitary demand. First we will study about the perfectly elastic demand. So the perfectly elastic demand mean the demand for that one commodity will be very perfectly. Very perfectly means it is a infinite change. Okay, the demand will be always higher even when the price of that one commodity is increased or decreased. Okay, just a small rise in price also will be create the high demand for that commodity. So like that, the high or small fall in the price of that commodities, it will be creating the more demand, and the small rise in the price will bring the greater fall in the demand. Okay, for example, just the price for that gold or price for the diamond or any of the luxury ornaments, if the price of the luxury goods is increased just, so the demand for that commodities will fall in very short. But like that, the price of the commodities is decreasing slightly, so the demand for that commodities always will be increased very highly. Okay, so the price changes in the price level will create the slight changes in the price level will be creating the more demand, is called as a perfectly elastic demand. When the change in the price, when slight change in the price, slight change in the price of that commodity will bringing the very high demand for that commodity is called perfectly elastic demand. The demand of commodity always will be higher. Next, perfectly inelastic. So perfectly inelastic mean the price of the change in the price of that commodities will never bring the demand for that commodities. Okay, even the price of that one commodity is increased or decreased, so the demand for that commodities will never change. It will always straight line, because the quantity demanded will never determine on the basis of change in price. For example, so the patients, the sugar patients, for example, sugar patients, okay, the sugar patients always want to take the tablet daily, one tablet. So because of increasing the price of that tablet, they will never stop to take the tablet. So like that, if the fall in the price of tablet, they will never eat more tablet. Okay, so even the price of the tablet is increased or decreased, so they will take the one or two or the reasonable amount only. So the price of that tablet, the price of the change in the price of that tablet will never determine the demand for that tablet. Okay, so not only that tablet, for example, only I told the tablet, but some of the price of that change in the price of that commodity will never bring the demand for that any commodity is called perfectly inelastic. There is no chance to creating the demand for that commodity. That is called perfectly inelastic. Next, relatively elastic demand. So when the proportionate change in the demand for that product is less than the proportionate change in the price, the demand is said to be relatively inelastic. Sorry, relatively elastic. The demand is relatively elastic when the proportionate change in the demand for a commodity is greater than the proportionate change in the price. Okay, so the price of that commodity is slightly increase or decrease, the quantity demanded will be higher, but the demand for that the increase in the demand for that commodity will always more than the price change in the price. For example, if the price for that one commodity is increased just 1 rupees or 1 unit, so the demand for that commodities will be occurs 2 or 3 unit. Okay, that is called relatively elastic demand. When the slight changes of the price will bring the more demand for that commodity than the ratio of change in price. Next, the relatively inelastic. Relatively inelastic means even the price change. Suppose the price of that commodity is decreased more, the quantity demanded will not be decreased equal to the price for that commodities. For example, if the price of that commodities decreased in 5 unit, just quantity demanded will be increased just one demand. Okay, so this demand this demand will be occurs only for the fall in price. So for example, now we are going to the market and we went to purchase the mango only. Okay, But when you are asking the price for that orange, the price of that orange is very cheap. Then because of the cheap rate only, we will purchase just half kilo or 1 kilo. Okay, so because of the cheap level only, if the demand is increased, that is called relatively inelastic. So the quantity demanded will be increased lesser than the changes in the price of that commodity. Okay. Next, unitary elastic. Unitary elastic mean, so the price and the quantity demanded will be changed in the same proportionate. The price for that one commodity is increased just 1 unit. The 1 unit of demand over the commodity only will be increased. Okay, when the price level is P0, the quantity demand for the commodity is maybe OQ0. Just 1 unit it is decreased from OP0 to OP1. The quantity demanded for the commodity will be increased from OQ to OQ1. Okay, in which ratio the change in price is raised on the same unit, so the quantity demanded will be increased. That's called unitary elastic demand. So the 5 types of the elasticity of demands are there: perfectly elastic demand, and perfectly inelastic demand, and relatively elastic demand, and relatively inelastic demand. Next, unitary demand. Next, determinants of elasticity of demand. The elasticity of demand is arised by the way of price and the cross and the advertising. Okay, but what are the determinants or other determinants are there to determining the elasticity of demand? First one is availability of substitutes. If the availability of the substitute commodity is more, the price elasticity or the elasticity of demand also will be increased. If close substitutes are available for a product, then the demand for that product tends to be very elastic. If the price of that product increases, buyers will buy its substitutes only. Hence, fall in its demand will be very large. Hence, price elasticity will be very large. For example, the vegetables. Now we are going to purchase the vegetables. Some of the vegetables may be very higher. Some of the vegetables may very low means. What are the vegetables we need? We will go to that vegetable only. Because the price of that substitutes. For a simple example, so the tea and coffee. Normally, if the price of that tea is increased, we will go to the coffee. Because if there is no tea, we will consuming the coffee. But the price of that coffee is very cheaper than the tea, so the demand for that coffee will be very higher. So the availability of the substitute is more, the demand for that commodity or the elasticity of the demand will be very low. Next, proportions of consumers' income. Proportions of consumers' income spent if smaller proportion of consumer income is spent on particular commodity, say an X. So the price elasticity of demand for X will be smaller. Take for example salt. People spend very small proportion of their income on salt. Hence, salt will have small elasticity of demand or inelastic. So even though when we are purchasing more commodities, the salt is very important. But even though we will spend some amount of the money to purchasing the salt. If we are purchasing the 1 packet of salt, it will be used by 1 week or 1 month. Okay. So the proportion of consumer income spent is smaller proportion of consumers income. So the demand, the elasticity of demand will be higher. Next, number of uses of commodity. If a commodity is used for greater number of users, its price elasticity will also be a larger. For example, milk is used as a buttermilk, curd, ghee, and for making ice cream, etc. Hence, even the small fall in the price of milk will tempt the consumers to use more milk for many purposes. Hence, milk has greater price elasticity of demand. So normally when we are going to the milk, we can use the too many items. Okay, so just if the price of that milk is reduced, we will purchase the more milk only for reducing the price of that milk. Okay, suppose if the milk is not used to all these things, means if the small price or the small increase in the price will never bring the elasticity of demand. Next, complementarity between goods. Complementarity between goods. For example, along with the petrol, lubricating oil is also used for running automobiles. Here, a rise in the price of lubricating oil may not reduce the demand for lubricating oil. Hence, the complementary good, here lubricating oil will be price inelastic. So the complementary goods. The complementary goods also will be creating the elasticity of demand. So for example, the price for that ink or paper also some of the complementary items. If the price of that paper only reduced, we will never purchase the more pen, right? So like that, one of the complementary items is more, we will never bring the elasticity of demand. Next, time. In the long run, the price elasticity of demand for many goods will be larger. This is so because in the long run, many substitutes can be discovered or invented. Therefore, the demand is generally more elastic in the long run than the short term. In the short term, bringing out the new substitutes is difficult. Normally, if you want to bring innovations on any of the commodities within the short period, it is very difficult. So the elasticity of demand will never occur in the short period, but in the long period, some of the substitutes will be arrival to the market. Then the price elasticity will be raised more in the long run period. Okay, so the availability of substitutes. If the substitutes commodity is more, the elasticity of demand also will be more. Next, the proportion of consumers' income. So the proportions of consumers' income to spend on any one of the commodity also will creating the elasticity of demand. Next, number of uses of commodity. Okay, when we are purchasing any one of the commodity, the uses of one of the commodity is many or versatile, so the elasticity of demand will be created. Next, complementary between the goods. So when we are using any of the goods, it has more complementary, so the elasticity will be arises. Next, time. So in the long run period, so the elasticity of demand will be higher, and in the short period it will be lower. Next, measurement of elasticity of demand. So the elasticity of demand is occurs in many times, but how can we measuring the elasticity of demand? The first one is the percentage method. In this percentage method also we can measuring the elasticity of demand. So in this percentage method, we should measuring the elasticity of demand by dividing the change in quantity of commodity by change in price of that commodity. Then we will measuring the elasticity of demand. Next, total outlay method. So the total in this total outlay method, so the elasticity of demand may be bringing out the change in total outlay of the consumers. So when we are finding out the changes in total outlay of the consumers or the total revenue of the firm, we can measuring the elasticity of demand. Next, the point or geometrically method. So when the demand curve is a straight line, it is said to be linear. So graphically, the point of elasticity of a linear demand curve is shown by the ratio of the segments of the line to the right and to the left of the particular point. So when we are considering the segment of the points, we can measuring the elasticity of demand. Okay students, I think today is enough. If you have any doubt, please ask me, and just to take the study portions, the determinants of elasticity of demand. Thank you.